ride today. How did you think it went?
I was really happy with him today. He warmed up a little tired. I was a little worried, and when he gets tired, he just kind of deflates and would rather not jump. So kind of got after him in warm up, and he came up to the ring, and he woke up the moment he came in there. I was really happy with him, and so he came around, and we just had a little bit of an unlucky roll at fence 4, and I was hoping it would stay up, but no such luck. But other than that, he was jumping really good. I was really happy with him. He likes to get low in his shoulders, so that's one thing I always have to work on with him, is making sure he comes up, especially, and his arch nemesis are those big square officers, and this course was definitely full of those, so I couldn't have been happier with him. He was spot on cross country yesterday. He hasn't felt that good in a really long time. He's run really well this year, but he's a very quirky, finicky horse. If something's not 100% perfect, something isn't going to work. But, he just came around and took every question like it was nothing. And I was really pleased with his dressage on Thursday. He was really quiet, he was relaxed, and he went in, and, I couldn't have asked him to put in a better test, especially for him. He's an off-the-track thoroughbred who's 14, and I got him because somebody else couldn't ride him.
When was that?
I've had him for 8 years now.
Wow.
And when I tried him 8 years ago, he bolted with me twice in an indoor, and I couldn't stop him. So he's come a long way. He's a pretty cool horse.
So why did you buy him? I think I told you that.
My mom and a good friend of mine that got him off the track for one of her clients. They really liked him, and I rode him, and I really liked him too. He was just a tough ride. And she said, this horse will be special one day.
You mentioned he had some quirks. What are those?
He doesn't like too much bit. He will not go in a flash or a figure 8. He's very special.
Sometimes the smartest ones are the most special ones.
They are.
The most quirky ones anyway, so that's a good sign,
He's
actually.
He's definitely the clown in the barn. Everybody at the farm loves him. He is, the one horse at the farm.
What do you call him in the barn?
Finn.
F-I-N-N?
Yep.
Before what?
His, show name's High Finance. He was actually,
I get it.
changed his name. His jockey club name is What a Rebel.
Oh, well, that sounds perfect.
And he lived up to that. So we were hoping in changing that, because his barn name was Rebel, that he wouldn't be as bad. So we changed his name, and that's how he got Finn too. So.
What's the plan for him next?
Honestly, it's a long shot, but I would love to try for the Pan Ams on him next year. I don't think he's a Kentucky horse. He loves this intermediate 2-star level. He'll go jump around some advanced. I just don't think, that's a big push for him. And he's 14, and that's fine. So I'm going to keep him where he's happy. He's my only horse in the barn right now, which is all right. So yeah, he can stay around for a while.
Who do you train?
Unfortunately, being in Cincinnati, Ohio, there's not a lot of people around me at all. I'm lucky enough when I'm in Ocala for the winter, I ride with Bruce Davidson Sr. But that's about it.
May I ask your age?
25.
And do you work?
This is what I do. I teach a lot. I've got a bunch of students at home and horses boarded, the whole 9 yards. So that's pretty much what I do.
So what about you? What are some long-term goals for you, competition-wise?
I'd love to find a nice young horse to bring along. I like bringing them along. I've always gotten them off the track and brought them up. So just, hopefully find another special horse in the track here soon. And
Where do you go to get them off the track?
I've got a couple friends that work out of the St. Louis track and Hoosier track. One of my clients, he's buying into racehorses now as well, so we've got some ends in Keeneland and Turfway and some of those places around us. So wherever we can find a good one.
Is your family involved with horses, or how did you pick it up?
My mom rode just a little bit when she was growing up and had a couple horses growing up, so that's how she got me started in it. My dad, he loves to play golf, that's what he does. And my fiance's a welder, tanker welder, so he grew up on a cattle farm and show cows, so he understands this. He gets all the traveling, which is good.
And 8 years, that's a pretty long partnership. Were there any ever setbacks along the way or challenges of developing that?
Yeah.
What does this win mean in the whole scheme of things?
It's pretty cool. He almost died probably about 3 years ago from Potomac horse fever and accompanying laminitis. He spent 10 days at Haggard with the wonderful vets down there. He shouldn't be alive today. He almost got put down probably 3 times. And he somehow bounced back, and he actually won his first event back after that. And then came around, and last year he had a little bit of some soundness issues in the late spring, which caused us to drop back down to preliminary last August and had to build him back up. And then, believe it or not, he was not 100% on Thursday night after dressage. We were debating on withdrawing him.
What was going on?
He had a mild colic bout, and the wonderful vets here and the wonderful ground jury, they stayed supportive, and we kept an eye on him. My mom and I slept here Thursday night and watched over him, and he pulled out of it, and we were still on the fence, and I took him out to warm up on Saturday morning, and I was like, all right, he wants to run. And when I left the start box, I knew he wanted to run, because if he didn't, he was stopping right then and there. But he wanted to run, so we let him run, and he was happy, that's for sure.
So is cross country his strongest phase, would you say?
Yeah, he's got his quirks.
I see that.
Not run over, but drown out.
He's got his quirks in all of them. He's really now starting to settle and really come into himself in dressage, which is pretty cool because now he can be competitive. He's always been a good jumper, but he just gets a little low in the show jumping, so it's just constantly improving that. And now that we've, I think, figured out, all the soundness stuff from last year, his cross country now is no problem. He's definitely jumping around that really well.
And besides Bruce, are there any other training influences that you think have been helpful?
I rode some with Leslie Law a couple years ago, and he's phenomenal, especially on the flat. He's such a great guy. But other than that, unfortunately, like I said, being in Cincinnati, it's
Pretty independent.
yeah,
impressive
it's
that you're
pretty
able to do it all alone.
impossible to find much of anyone. So, but no, Leslie and Bruce for sure have been the biggest.
Would you mind if we grabbed your phone number in case we had any follow-up questions?
Yeah, not a problem. It's 513-478-1